Ready or Not 2, here I come with the sequel to the 2019 movie as we follow the protagonist Grace, now joined by her estranged sister Faith, as they have to face more families who are worshippers of LaBelle, and if they can survive until dawn, they can rule the world. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am the Movie Tin, and to be honest with you guys, as a lover of the 2019 film, I was very skeptical about this sequel, as many others were. I was thinking to myself, how can they make a sequel to a really perfect one and done movie? Will it feel like a soulless cash grab, or is it worth it? And after watching the movie, I can happily say I had a great time with Ready or Not 2. While it isn't as great as the first movie, it is still so much fun and smart with the things it does. So without further ado, let's just get straight into general discussion. Starting off here is Samara Weaving returning as Grace. She is wonderful to watch yet again. As this time she isn't as well, she's afraid, but she isn't as afraid as she was in the first movie because she's now in the know, and we can really see how much the events from the first movie took a toll on her and hurt her, and even seeing how she's trying to deal with Alex betraying her. That was really great and emotional for her character, and of course she is badass yet again. Next here is Faith, Grace's newly introduced sister, played by Catherine Newton. She is a great addition to this universe and provides so much emotion, humour, and just like Grace, badassness. Not a word, but whatever. We're gonna stick with it. I have been a fan of Catherine Newton for a few years now. I haven't been a big fan, but I enjoyed when she popped up and stuff. But after seeing her in Abigail and now in this, I hope she does so much more radio silence, because her inclusion in here is so great and it adds so much to Grace's character, and they even explain their way out of how she exists, because in the first movie Grace says she has no siblings, and even just that line alone matters in this movie, and it's a big emotional thing, and just like her sister, she gets to do some great action in here, and she's so fun to watch. Next, here's kind of multiple things in one, but every new character who is introduced in here, the new villains. While not as interesting or fun to watch as the Leidomas family, they're still fun, and the different ways each character gets involved is very cool, and having some characters switch out other characters, it was a smart idea. And just to single a few people out, Sarah Michelle Gellar as Ursula and Sean Hatosy, I think, as Titus are meant to be siblings in here, and their dynamic was very intriguing to watch. Not going to get into spoilers yet, but the twist they throw in with one of the siblings was very surprising. Although you can kind of see it coming from a mile away. You still were crazy that they went through with it though. Another person to single out was Elijah Wood as the lawyer. Maybe just because I'm a fan of him, but every time he was on scene, he was a scene stealer. Even though he isn't involved in hunting Grace and Faith, he was still fun. And he doesn't wear wigs. And now it's time for the positives, and boy was it hard to just pick out two, because it's just so good. But maybe in the future I'll change to like 5 positives for reviews, but right now it's staying at 2. My first positive is the new additions to the lore and the new rules that apply. They really worked and really helped push the lore further, and I loved it. I love the new rules, the things they introduced in this, but I'll discuss more in spoilers. Next positive is a whole fight scene. No spoilers, but it is set to the song Total Eclipse of the Heart. And it is so brutal and fun. Though this scene isn't the best scene in the movie to have Total Eclipse of the Heart, that crown is held by Stranger's Pride at Night. Now negatives. I really had to search my brain for these. First is the plot armor that Grace has. Her look in this movie was the equivalent to Domino's look in Deadpool 2, and I'm not even joking. I get why she has it, but there was points early on where even I was like, okay, come on now. Specifically a scene with a gun. Some actual Looney Tune shit happens. Next negative is the wasting of Kevin Durand, my man. That not in a love way. I like him as an actor and he should be in more stuff, and no spoilers, but if you've seen the movie you can agree he was wasted. Alright, so now I'm going to get into spoilers, full spoilers for Ready or Not 2, here I come. So if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it, come back, And if you have seen it, let's just get straight into it. So, starting off the spoiler discussion, I want to appreciate the opening. They open with the ending of the first movie, but then it seamlessly cuts to new footage, and it is so smooth and brilliant. Then using quick flashes to remind people of the first movie. What an amazing opening scene. Now the rule of if Grace chooses to marry someone who's chasing her now, they can get the high chair and she gets to live. I thought this was a really cool twist in the movie. I thought it really made sense. I didn't believe it at first. When that one woman said it, I can't remember her name because she's one of the first people to die. But yeah, I didn't believe it at first. But then later on, when Grace says it to Titus, then Titus turns to the lawyer, and the lawyer just confirms it with a nod. Was such a great moment and led into a great finale, with Grace finally getting cleaned up and married yet again to another crazy guy. But sadly, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Daphne herself, getting killed by her own brother. Rest in peace. Even though you were kind of a murderer. I also want to appreciate how the character of Viraj gets taken out with a washing machine kill. Another movie may have done that before. I've never seen that done before, and I thought it was so cool. I've never seen someone get killed because of a washing machine. Not a realistic kill, I don't think, but so fun. What a great idea. Now the actual ending of Grace getting the high chair and letting every one of the council members explode. That was amazing. And it really won up the ending of the first movie. Maybe not better than the ending of the first movie just because the shock value in the first movie's ending. But it upped the body count. And I saw an interview somewhere Weaving saying they wanted to one up the ending from the first movie, and they 100% did. The ending is so good. I personally don't really see how they could make a third one. They are saying the door is open for more, day being radio silence. But I think this is a really fitting end. Saying that though, I would 100% watch another, even if they babysit or Killer Queen this shit and bring everyone back No Way Home style. I would watch and love it. But that's all I have to say about Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. Overall, I would give it an 8 out of 10. Not perfect, but so much fun, and I will definitely be rewatching it 100 more times, just like the first one. Leave a comment down below with your opinion. I love to hear them. Just like the Peaky Blinders review, even though people thought I was rage baiting in that, I promise I wasn't. But anyways, leave a comment, subscribe if you feel like it, and leave a like to show support. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.